It's Week 6 of the National Football League, and all eyes are on the dual threat Lamar Jackson. He had a solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Ravens and the Giants. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Two teams have met in Super Bowl 35 down in Tampa. The Ravens and Giants are underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down. Again, it's Barkley. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. The Giants at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Jones. And this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Off play action. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will have a Giants first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. They'll roll him out right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular, not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2nd down and goal. Jones. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Bellinger with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. A nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Baltimore's offense making its way out for the first time and leading them, their quarterback, a guy who is just so electric under center in his 5th season now, Lamar Jackson.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive, field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Beating him there with his legs, 21 yards, 1st down.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
They'll run with a late signee in camp. This is Kenyon Drake. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. Here's Drake one more time on 2nd down.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the 1st down marker at the Giants' 42. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
They're just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
2nd and 5 now. Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now Jones on 1st down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
2nd down, here's Barkley again.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun, Jones. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? Just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Back to throw, Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Giants! Daniel Bellinger with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Good on now, following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
From the 29, Jackson. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man, it's Andrews.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Man, sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Here's Jones. Off play action. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Here's Drake one more time on 2nd down.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Ooh, with a juke.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 23. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones, and the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off, and the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 15. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
After the interception, here's Jackson.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Man open is Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And this goes out wide for Drake.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this 1st half. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
5 plays there on that drive.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Jones, a final shot before break. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Giants, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. From the 10. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL,
that's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Jones now throwing to start the drive.
He's got Bellinger. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On second down, here's Barkley. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now Jones from the gun on third down. And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal.
Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Gano's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple. You always want to drive with points, but that that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And the Ravens taking the field.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Again, Jackson will keep it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. And now Jackson will look to throw it.
And that'll be checked down to Drake.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson.
That's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. Here's Jackson to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
On first down, Drake. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the option, here's Drake.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Now it's Jackson.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on second down, Jackson.
That one to the sideline and a nice catch there. He stays in bounds, but a penalty marker is down as well.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Jackson going to run.
And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
On 4th and goal, here's the option. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker now for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. Throwing, Jones. Steps away to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Running left, it's Barkley. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he will have a Giants first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jones. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Roquan Smith in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. They'll start the drive with Drake. And able able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 43. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing is Jackson.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And Jackson throwing once more.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 23. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Injuries delayed Rashad Bateman's arrival into the Baltimore Ravens lineup in 2021, but he still put up 515 yards in 12 games as a rookie. The Ravens do believe a 1,000-yard season is more than possible from their first rounder in 2022. Here, he gets them a first down.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
From here on, any score could be the winning one, and he is certainly aware of that. Look at the way he locked in on that marker and made a mad scramble to get to it for the first down.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Jackson's going to keep it.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Tucker's kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
It's hauled in by Shepard.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 36.
Barkley inside handoff. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Jones throw on target to Shepard.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now Jones. Bellinger hauls it in out left side.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Jones.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 11 more on that one and another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Jones.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Holding, offense.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
To throw is Jones.
That's complete left side to Shepard.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Jones.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. Gano's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Yeah, Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Here's Drake one more time on second down.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Here's Drake one more time on second down.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and that will come the offense as they take over. The New York set to take the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it. Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one, and here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
A first down carry for Barkley, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From just shy of midfield, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Well, in overtime, I think Coach is always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
Up the middle with Barkley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Giants win the football game.
Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for the Giants, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4.